And it's been a very wet day today, hasn't it? More heavy rain to come this evening, but things looking drier tomorrow. A more detailed forecast coming up at the end of the programme.
Abbie is here. It's a bit mucky today, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. The weather pictures paint a rather gloomy picture, don't they? But a rather accurate one, because it was quite misty and murky all day. We've had some heavy rain. We've had some high rainfall totals as well. Hopefully the weather photos that you manage to capture tomorrow will be a little bit more promising. And if you do manage to snap one over the next few days and you'd like to send it in to us here at North West Tonight, all the details on the screen behind me. You can send them directly into me on social media, or you can sign up to become one of our BBC weather watchers. But yes, it was a very misty and murky day. We had some high rainfall totals, as I said, and we do still have a warning in force for heavy rain. That's been issued by the Met Office. All the details on those rain warnings are on the BBC weather website, but there's two in force at the moment. They both expire this evening. So the headline for tomorrow, I think, thankfully, is a slightly more promising picture. It was a real mess today with a couple of waving weather fronts moving through, but things do look a little bit more promising over the next couple of days, at least. Just this little ridge of high pressure, however, waiting in the wings, sat out in the Atlantic. It's quite a deep area of low pressure moving in through the weekend, so it looks as though Sunday could turn quite stormy. Speaking of, still some fairly heavy pulses of rain moving through this evening and overnight, so if we have got some spray and some surface water on the roads first thing tomorrow morning, I wouldn't be surprised. That rain, however, does look to pull away. So in the early hours of tomorrow morning, it will turn drier. We'll see some clearer skies, but that will allow for some mist and fog to form. Our temperatures no lower than about 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. These are more representative of our daytime figures this time of year, so it is going to be quite a mild start to the day tomorrow. So a dry start, but I think it could be quite misty and foggy, and some of that mist and fog could be quite slow to clear. Once it does, we should see a little more sunshine. So, like I say, some of those weather photos tomorrow hopefully will show something a little more promising and very mild, unseasonably so. 16 or 17 degrees Celsius are top temperatures for tomorrow. So looking at the air mass, you can see we are well in these yellows and oranges. Warm southerly air making its way up, boosting those temperatures over the next few days, and no real sign of things changing as we head towards the weekend too. So even though our weather might turn a bit more unsettled, it's not going to affect the temperatures all that much. Again, quite misty and foggy as we start the day on Friday, but I think for the vast majority it should stay largely dry. Some rain approaching from the west though as we head towards the end of the day on Friday, and some of that rain could move in overnight into Saturday. Our weekend, I think a bit of a messy picture. Saturday at the moment probably looking like the better day of the two, but quite windy on Sunday, Rog.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Abbie. You know when you're sitting watching the telly, as you are at home right now, and then you can't find the remote control? Quite often in our house, because we haven't put the heating on, we've got a blanket and it's wrapped up in the blanket, but normally falls down the gap in the sofa,
Always,
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, for Angela Robinson, Angela, you might be watching. Keep an eye on your remote. Angela's 86. She's in Southport and she sits in a heavy recliner chair at home, but she couldn't move and find the remote because it was too heavy when the remote went missing.
So she knew that she couldn't call 999, but didn't have another solution. So she thought she could get in touch with the local rugby club. She went on the website, she emailed them, and she asked them if two strong young men could come round and help. And that's exactly what the club did.
Well done. Bet that made Angela's day.
Made my day.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching. Keep hold of your remote. Good night.
Good night.